Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding of who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my videos do not resonate with you, please do not try to make them fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that can relate to the message, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing. Let's begin healing together. You know, tonight I was going to do an open call, meaning that, whomever joined into the live, I was going to pull a card for you, but then I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah, because all energy is in good energy, I promise you. Last night we did a Taurus reading, and Taurus had a wonderful reading, let me say so. And with them having a wonderful reading, I wanted to dive into their finances. And I still am going to pick cards for people, but that's how we're going to do it tonight. I had a long day today, so excuse me as I woosah on out. I mailed off some packages today to a couple of people from TikTok, and I wanted to let it be known that was my last time. I had to add up my finances, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make dollars, then it just doesn't make sense. And I had to really think about how many journals I've purchased for people, because I wanted everybody to dive into journaling. Then how many decks of cards that I've purchased and I sent them out. Not only am I sending them out, I'm paying for the shipping. And I'm like, you know what? Because we grown. And if we're grown, if this is something that a person really wanted to do, they would just do it, And I guess that was the mommy in me. And not only the mommy in me, the grandma in me, but that was just the kind-hearted spirit that I am, because I want people to grow in who they are, not what anyone feels like they should be or who they should be. I want people to connect to their souls. And that's your soul purpose of who you are, because the soul lives forever. And it's better to connect with it in this round than trying to catch up with it in the next round, right? Let me tell you, but I told you we're going to do some deep diving on that a little later, a little later. But we're going to get to this Taurus reading. I hope everyone is doing well. I had to give my earlobes a break. I have my door knockers on, but I have the baby ones on. I'm from the old school, I'm one of them. But I had to give my earlobes a rest before I be like those girls back in the day with those split earlobes, and they would walk around with tape on them or whatever. I said, nah. When my ears started hurting a little bit from them knockers, I said, time to get them a break so I don't be walking around with split ear holes, I can't do it. But Taurus, let's get to you. It's all about the money, right? It's all about that money. Those of you who have been following me, those of you who are new, you know that I put the camera on the desk so that you guys could jump on in and watch me shuffle the cards, watch me cut the cards. The one thing that I dislike is having the cards down. Every once in a while, I'll have the cards down. And I hate doing that. I dislike it with a passion, because if you can't watch a person shuffle, you're wondering if those cards are hand-picked, and we really don't want to do that. I don't. So let me give you the best view that I can. But we're diving into Taurus. You know, I have spoke about healing. And many of you who are familiar with this channel, you know that I am not a religious person. And I always have to make that be known, because some people jump on the platform and then they want to talk about their religion, and that's not what this platform is here for. I don't knock anybody's religion. Everyone has the power to believe in what they want to believe in. But I make no gripes about it, no ifs, no ands, no buts, or suppose. My family heritage is voodoo. It's root work. I am a root worker, and I say that with my head up and my chest out. And that's real talk. That's who I am. You know, there are not too many practitioners that still exist. But for root workers like myself and believers of the healing energy and the practices of root work like myself are considered to be very real, and we're very rare. Many of us work under traditions of spiritual systems like voodoo, hoodoo, and so on. We use herb rituals for physical, mental, and spiritual ailments. This work is cultural through our families and passed down to the next deserving soul. You know, what I do is not conventional medicine at all. I address the issues alongside with physical, psychological. I use traditional healing, folk magic from my indigenous Southern family mixed with my West African roots. That's what I do. That's who I am. And so for anyone that feels the need to come on to my platform to let me know about your God is so unnecessary. I don't know your God, and you don't know mine. If you knew mine, then you would know me, because I am God body. And you would have to dig deep to understand that. And I'm not talking about an Islamic context of the 5 percenters. I am God body. Like if you read your Bible, then you will understand that you are God body. Anything living is God body, even our animals, free, and the ones we have in our homes. You know, religion worships God. Spirituality, we encourage oneness with God, oneness with yourself. That's why I always speak about loving thyself. Religious people feel like God is outside of them, and they get on their knees and they pray to something outside of them. And spirituality, we understand that God is within us. So we speak to ourselves and then we ship it off into the universe. When we say universe, that means any entity that catches it and we connect it to be something good and divine, or something that's on the other side if you work that way. You know, religion separates people who have different beliefs. Guess what? That's why there are so many. Spirituality, we invite everybody, regardless of their beliefs, into the fold, meaning everyone is free. Religion teaches people who have different beliefs. Spirituality, let me just tell you, we teach people to create heaven and earth within them. You know, within you. Heaven and earth is inside of you. It's not a place. Religion teaches you that it's in the place up in the sky, far away. It's a bird, it's a plane. Oh my goodness, it's God. Me, when I hear up, up in the sky, I hear Method Man, because ain't a damn thing changed. Heaven and earth is inside of each and every one of us. Let me just tell you that religion is based on fear and restriction. You're going to go to hell if you say this or that. You're going to go to hell if you don't tithe. You're going to go to hell if you pay your mortgage and not pay the preachers. I'm just saying, religion is based off fear and restriction. Spirituality is based on love and freedom. You have the right to do whatever you want. You have the right to be who you're going to be, and you have the right to believe in what you believe in. But when you come over here and then you try to tell people that God is going to get Empress Real One, I have to say, bitch, go to hell. Go to hell. That's deep inside of yourself, because once you dig in and get that hell up out of you, then you'll have a deeper understanding of who you are, and you'll never make that mistake to cross these lines again. So spirituality, once again, is based off freedom. Religion, it feels like being a single drop in the ocean. Spirituality feels like being the entire ocean in a single drop. If you get what I'm saying, that means that we are everything that we embody, that we invite to us, and what we send up out of us. Listen, please understand, religion is based off another person's experience. Spirituality is based on your personal experience. You know, a child's first enemy is an unhealed parent. When my children were growing up, I never forced religion on them. However, I wanted them to understand many religions so that they would never have to be out the box and not to be able to handle a conversation when some asshole comes to them and say, if you don't believe in what I believe in, then you're going to hell. Then my children can tell you hell is inside of you and go fix yourself. So when a person is pushed to his or her limit, they will discover who they are, because what cannot destroy you, you will reinvent yourself. And a lot of people don't understand that they can reinvent themselves. That's why I speak about, plain and simple, that we are the authors of our own story. When you pick up your pen, you get to rewrite the next chapter. Nobody has the right to stand in judgment of the next. We are all on our journey, so people need to understand that once you go through your worst time alone, you really don't care who stays in your life anymore. But religion tells you that the church and everybody in it is good for you, but then you'll find out that your pastor is done raped somebody or this or that. You'll start hearing so many things. I don't need that kind of environment. Nor do I need my children to be a part of that environment. I wish everyone strength. I really do. I wish everyone strength enough to be gentle. It's not easy being gentle when somebody is always trying to criticize, when somebody is always trying to knock you off your throne. But I can't be knocked off mine because I know who I am. I personally need to plant roots of my inner peace so deep that the external winds of chaos and change won't faze me. Our light grows stronger the more we are willing to face the darkness. And when you can face the darkness, you'll understand that darkness is good, because things grow in the darkness just as well as the light. Understand your colors, especially when you're diving into spirituality, because your wound is dark, but yes, a child can be created in one and it can grow in one. You can't bring down someone who isn't afraid to eat alone, and that's me. You can't bring down someone who's afraid to lose friends. That's me. I have none. And you can't bring down someone who's not afraid of losing family. Listen, if my family don't like who they are, how could I ever expect them to like me? And then those of you who jump on people's platform and try to say disheartening things, you don't even like yourself because you're looking for attention. I don't need that kind of attention. I get it. I got a whole husband. I get it from him, and that's enough. People who have a high level of spiritual intelligence, they don't just read words. They read moods and energy. They read vibes and body languages. So our senses are supreme. So we may not say much, but we notice everything. And I may not confront every person that jumps on here, and it's either my husband or my daughter. They're blocking you or cutting you off or muting you. And I'd be like, fuck you. I'm that kind of spiritual person. I'm free to be who I am. I'm never going to change for you or nobody. The only thing that has ever changed about me is my last name, is because I've gotten married. But my spirituality is my freedom. I'm free to be who I am. And who I am is a person who knows herself. And so when you begin to know yourself, you're not going to worry about Mary, Jane, Sue, or Brenda. Nor do you care about Harry, Mike, Ricky, Bobby, none of them. But we're going to dive into this Taurus reading. You know, I get people that send me messages, and I really hate to mute my messages because I get a lot of readings through, believe it or not, TikTok. Instead of y'all just going to my website, looking me up and booking a reading through there, I get a lot of readings through TikTok. So I would hate to mute my messages because that's where I make my money. That's how I eat. You know what I mean? So the next time you decide to dive in, be afraid if you fucking with a real one, and they may start sending that type of karma back to you. Everybody that I have encountered, whether it be on TikTok, whether it be on Instagram or my YouTube platform, they tell me the same thing. I paid I paid so many people, and they were all false. They were all full of shit. And then we met you. And I always encourage everyone that I did a reading for to leave me a review so people could stop playing with me. Because when you play with me, you got to understand what kind of woman I am. I'm different. I'm so different. And I always tell people that my best friend name is Karma, and she allows me to serve. And that's the truth. I used to work on both sides because I understood balance. But I've chosen to walk on one side because I have people that come after me that I want to bring up and make sure that they can handle this world. I don't want it to phase off with me. I want my children to keep doing this for generations and teaching people how to open themselves up to experience the gifts that they have in them. And not everybody has the gift. Let me tell you, what a lot of people don't tell you is that it has to be in your bloodline. It's a passed down experience. People have many gifts, but to be a voodoo worker, to be a hoodoo worker, you can practice, you can read books all you want, and you may create some magic, but you may be able to create the magic that comes back to you and hurts you if you're not doing it correctly. But when it's in your bloodline, you are so protected. So you always got to be careful when you speak negative of a real one. When you come on somebody's platform and try to tell them about your God, I don't want to hear about your God, nor do you want to hear about mine. That's why I don't discuss it. I say universe, so that you know that everything is inside of the universe. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. But let's get to this Taurus reading. I know y'all waiting. Taurus is all about that money. Do you know that there are some signs, zodiac signs, that are about their money? They are about their business. But do you know that Taurus is the number one sign who's all about their money for real? They like, fuck a relationship, fuck friends, fuck family. I need that money. If you want me to help you out, leave me alone. If you want me to be able to lay down with you at night, I need to be comfortable in my bank account. Taurus is the one sign that is the top sign that's all about their money. Capricorn is number 2, and then we go so on. Scorpio is number 3. Yeah, I know. It's just like that. I know. They like, that bitch lying. No, she not. I'm not. Taurus is the number one sign who's all about their money. Trust me, if their money is funny, everything around them is going to be funny. They can't adjust if their money is funny. Let me just tell you, Taurus is very, very, very money conscious. Wealth is more important to a Taurus than to many other signs, and that's the truth. Wealth to a Taurus means comfort, and it means security. It means they can go to sleep at night, lock their door, and wake up, and tomorrow's a beautiful day. Taurus is all about their comfort and all about their security. They're all about building that wealth. Wealth to a Taurus means stability. Where some zodiac signs feel that they are spiritually rich if they have ideas, talents, or skills, Taurus only feels wealth when they can see and touch it. You know, that's a true story. When they can see it and when they can touch it, then they know it's real. If they can't see it and touch it, they're like, bitch, you're selling me dreams. You're selling me dreams. Taurus' way of thinking is, what good is a talent if it has not been translated into a home, furniture, car, and the holidays? These are all the reasons why Taurus excels in the state agency and agricultural industries. Usually a Taurus will end up owning land. They love to feel their connection to the earth. Material wealth begins with them. So if you're looking for a business partner, you need to go see a Taurus. If you want a lover and you one of those people that want to get with somebody because of what's in their pockets, you better go see the Taurus. I'm just telling you. And you know that's for, my people in the back. That's not a Taurus here today. That's for my people in the back. The ones that we see online trying to have the babies by the basketball players and everybody else to lock them in for child support, not caring about the baby. They want to lay down with the rappers. I'm just saying, hate me if you will. You know what y'all doing wrong? You're not going to see a Taurus. So if you want to be with somebody and they're all about their business, go visit a Taurus. Listen, I'm never wrong about people. I just be early. Let me just tell you, I be early, and people dislike when I'm early. People that I encounter try to be sneaky with me often. They don't really understand spiritual gifts, but manipulation is when they play the victim by blaming you for reacting to their toxic behavior, but don't discuss their disrespect that triggered you. Trust me, once you go through your worst time alone, you really don't care who stays in your life anymore. And so if anybody is getting mad at me about this Taurus message, you know what you can do. Let me tell you, you know what you could do. You don't need me to say it, but it's the truth. If you want that person and they're all about their pocketbooks and their wallets, you better start dating a Taurus, plain and simple. Listen, it's just like that. But tonight, we're going to pull some cards for Taurus. I said that. And I wanted to go online in a different way. Thank you so much, everybody, for the gifts. I wanted to go online in a different way to whereas I can have people up here individually. But I changed my mind because I don't argue with folk, and people been getting on my nerves. Let me tell you, they want to come up here and tell me what I should believe in. My name is Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Where do you think you're at when you're coming on this platform? I'm a psychic and I'm a medium. I'm a root worker. I work the root. I believe in herbs. You know, people think that when you say a root worker that, oh my goodness, it's such a bad thing. Let me tell you, what is the one thing that most people use that's mint? Fresh mint. Whether you're using it in your tea, sometimes in your food, your recipes, but mint. This popular herb is easily identified and known for its specific aroma and taste. And a lot of people use mint in the colder months. Mint can be used for a number of herbalist purposes, for managing stomach issues to easing congestion, soothing inflammation, and rejuvenating the nervous system by encouraging relaxation. As if that wasn't enough, it also is a tasty addition to desserts, your teas, your cocktails, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you, I'm a root worker. I work the root, whether it's for good or if you mess with somebody that I really like, we're going to come at you in a different way. We're going to make sure that you don't get to use those TikTok fingers anymore. Listen, I'm joking with you, but I'm not. But I'm going to pull 2 cards or whatever comes out because sometimes the universe surprises me. So, who's up first? Who wants to go first for the sign of Taurus? For the sign of Taurus, I'm pulling cards tonight for you. And then we're going to take a deep dive into your money. But Spirit showed us last night that your money is not going to be funny at all. So we have, I want to do the ones that sent the gifts first. I saw Dawn. I wish my daughter was in the room. Thank you so much for the heart. I saw you. I wish my daughter was in here with me so she can, you know what? Alberta, can you come to me and guide me with calling the names properly? Come in my room so that you can tell me what names to do. Thank you so much. Guys, I know y'all gonna dislike me, but I have to start with Dawn first. And that's because she's been riding with me from the beginning. Listen, when it was just she and I, and she was just listening, and every time I got on, she kept coming on with me. So when y'all hear those videos that I only had one person, and I just stayed with that one person, and then I grew, that's Dawn. So when you hear me say her name, that's Dawn. She's been riding with me forever. Yeah, I have my glasses right here. Thank you so much. I just need to, I'm going to start with Dawn, and then hopefully my daughter come and let me know the next name. Thank you so much. You're a Cancer. I'm a Cancer too. I'm a Cancer. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Taurus. This is for Dawn. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear for Dawn. Thank you so much, daughter. My daughter just arrived. Thank you, daughter. We had a conversation today, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. Yeah, I'm feeling away.
What conversation?
Huh?
What conversation?
Well, let me do this first. Let me just keep my energy right here, and then I'm going to tell the people how you did me today.
Oh, wait.
Shh, shh, shh. Okay, Dawn, we have the number 12, which is the Hangman. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So what a way to start this reading. Let me tell you something. This number 12, this Hangman, what are you in suspense about? What are you thinking about? Because you feel like you have sacrificed something. And another part of you feels like you need to let go of something. So you're hanging in limbo, not knowing if you should let go or hold on a little longer. But whatever you decide, you're going to have that Ace of Cups, honey. Let me just tell you, you have that Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups is prosperity. And last night we had that in the reading that Taurus for 2026 is full of prosperity. This is you laying the foundation, the groundwork to something. But guess what you got to do? Trust yourself. You have to trust, believe, and just know that whatever it is that you want, that you can have it. And so don't let go of that thought. All right. Who's next, Raj?
Sarah the seed dropper.
Sarah the seed dropper. Sarah the seed dropper. Oh, you don't even know where my head just went with that name. Sarah the seed dropper. Okay. But you're up next. Sarah the seed dropper. You're up next. Dawn, I hope that resonated with you. I hope that resonated with you. Listen, I didn't lie to y'all Tauruses. When that money come in, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm just saying. Spirit guys, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I can for Sarah. Tell me what I need to hear. Show me what I need to see. Thank you. Sarah, I have an aunt. She's crossed over. She was one of the world famous root workers right here in the good old USA. Her name was Sarah. I was named after her. My name is Tara. But my aunt Sarah was one of the top root workers right here in the United States. People came to see her from all over the world. Sarah, you know what? We have temperance. You want balance in your life. We have temperance. Temperance is here. You want balance. You want harmony between you and someone. You and this person may not even be speaking to each other at this time, but you wish you were. We have the Five of Wands here, and that's quarreling. You have had an argument with someone that you, maybe this person right here, that you want harmony between the two of you. But you know what? It's needless drama. You know, that unnecessary drama that you could have just had a conversation. You know, we have the Three of Swords. You know, there's heartbreak. There's heartbreak within this situation or with this person. And for you, it feels like a betrayal. But Spirit wants you to hold on to your strength. Hold on to your strength. Thank you for that heart, Dawn, that inner strength, that power, because you know the stronger you are, the more powerful you become. So hold the tongue. Do you know I don't argue with people? What I did here tonight, I'm just telling you the truth. But I don't argue with people. Do you know arguing with people makes me itch? It makes me cringe because it's unnecessary. You need to hold on to your power and be courageous. This person, they're coming back, and it's on you if you want to reconcile with them or not. I can't tell you if it's a good idea or a bad idea. If we were doing a one-to-one, I would tell you. But I'm trying to hold back energy because I want to get through a few people. But that was for Sarah. Who's next, babe?
Mama's honey.
Huh?
Mama's honey.
Mama's honey. Mama's honey. Man, listen, you know I got a dirty mind, right? With Sarah's name, you're welcome. And with Mama's honey's name. But listen, we're going to keep going, Mama honey. Listen, Mama honey, you know I got a dirty mind. My head went all over the place with that one. Spirit guys, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Mama's honey. Thank you. Oh, you know what? Spirit just told me I wasn't wrong, Mama's honey. Spirit said my mind is right. Let me tell you. Okay. But listen, we're going to keep that right here. That's private. We have the first card that came out is confusion. So you're confused about something and you're feeling powerless about something. With a name like that and the energy I felt with that name, Mama's honey, and listen, we grown. That's a sexual name for me. Listen, my energy will look at Mama's honey as being money, but it's not. Because I look at money as milk and honey, but mama's honey, that means you letting the world know you got that good. But for a name like mama's honey, what are you confused about? You're confused about something, and that's the energy of being powerless, and you're not powerless. We have the Three of Pentacles, teamwork. When it comes to love and relationship, you want a competent person. You want someone that can match your energy and you not have to bring everything to the table. But the Four of Swords, you've been resting, holding back your energy from a person or people because you've been contemplating. You want the right one. We have the Eight of Cups, but you're feeling restless. The cards are saying that you feel restless and you have that desire for more, as I said. You have that desire for more when it comes to a relationship. You want more out of the person, from the person, because you know what you're worth. So you want more. You want more. Who's next, baby? We have Renee. Okay, Renee. Okay, Renee. Listen, maybe I shouldn't be looking at y'all names, right? Listen, I'm trying to be good here because I ain't getting paid for this. This is free, so I'm trying to hold back my energy. Listen, here we go, guys. This is for Renee. Spirit guys, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Renee. Thank you. Oh, man. I got a lot. We have the Three of Swords. Heartbreak, Renee. We have heartbreak. Heartbreak can come from anywhere, whether it be with a lover, family, friends. But once again, with this Three of Swords, you feel betrayed by someone. We have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, that brings in good news. You know what? When somebody is a decent person and somebody tries to hurt them, betray them in some type of way, what flows after that? And that's nothing but good news. You know, you are curious about the world. You're thinking about diving into different things as far as your work goes. But let me just keep going. We have the Knight of Wands. You have that impulsive energy. But there's also someone that is lusting after you. Spirit is telling you to hold back a little bit. Don't be impulsive. We have the Page of Cups. The reason why you shouldn't be jumping all in, because Renee, I don't know you like that, but Spirit is saying that you are a hopeless romantic. And with the Knight of Wands, this person is only coming in for the draws. I'm just going to be honest with you. So this person, you may want more. They just may want sex. We have the Seven of Wands here. The Seven of Wands. There's going to be some challenges because this person can talk a good game. But we have the Scorpio card. The number 13 is death. With death, it comes with new beginnings. Spirit is saying whomever this person is that you started talking to or you're about to meet, if you haven't met them already, keep it moving on to the next. On to the next. Because they just want the draws. But if you are okay with that, then listen, it's not for me to judge, because sometimes people just want a sexual relationship, nothing more, nothing less. But the cards are saying that you are a hopeless romantic. And you know how sometimes people get into situations and be like, it's just about the sex. It is not going to be no feelings here. Yes, I can handle it. And as soon as they give you that good, you be like, damn, I love them. And guess what? They not going to be here for that. So guard your soul. Guard your soul.
I believe that was called the Taurus.
That's all the Taurus.
I skipped anybody that could say like me.
Okay, is there another Taurus here? Now, Taurus people, I want to be fair. Would y'all get mad if I go to that Cancer? Because I saw someone say that they're Cancer. My daughter looked at me like, that's not fair. But, you know, I'm a Cancer too, you know. I just want to be nosy with the Cancer. Who is the Cancer?
Shelly.
Is Shelly still here? Thank you so much. And is Shelly still here? Shelly Show?
Shelly Show.
Okay. Is Shelly still here? We the best. Yes, there goes Shelly right there. Okay. All right, Shelly. Oh, look, I started getting in without meditating. Oh, let me cleanse the space, you know. Because Taurus, you know, they the bull. I don't want nobody saying nothing. I had to cleanse my space real quick. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Shelly. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what do we have for this Cancer? This is for Shelly. What do we have for this Cancer? And you know, y'all, I talked all that junk. I said, I'm not taking no other signs, but she got me, y'all. She got me with that Cancer. All right, now, the number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Listen, the wheels on the bus go round and round. We have destiny. There's a turning point that's happening in your life. Shelly, you need to go on my YouTube platform and check out that Cancer reading, because I did the Wheel of the Year reading for 2026 for Cancer. I hear my left ear. Somebody is talking junk about me. My left ear is ringing out of the blue. But you have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is a turning point in your life. Something positive is about to happen for you. You know what? Miracles really do happen. Let me tell you, Shelly. And Shelly, with that being said, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and we just got this card for Dawn. Dawn started off the reading strong in Cancer. You are starting with the Wheel of Fortune, and you're jumping into prosperity. So 2026, setting new foundations, trusting yourself, moving forward. You know what, Shelly? I see you letting go of some people or someone specifically. But we have the Two of Pentacles. Let me tell you, you're going to have options. So many options, but be careful, you know, because sometimes, you know, that Cancer energy, what do? We draw in energy of people that are unwanted. So be careful. Recognize the red flags, because Shelly, I mean, no disrespect, you have been the type that has ignored red flags. And I have to tell you, you have to stop ignoring them. You see what you see, you know what you know, and move on. But you have options. And with you ignoring red flags, that's created a lot of imbalance in your life. But understand, things are turning around for you. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and you have the Two of Pentacles, meaning that it's time for you to balance life. And that's happening for you with this Ace of Pentacles. What's next? Will you do one more, Cancer? Yeah, I'll do one. I'm going to do one more, and then we got to get to this Taurus reading, because I promised Taurus a money reading. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Don't forget about Taurus hidden snakes. Girl, yes, girl. Thank you for reminding me. You know what? That was a problem last night. We're going to get to that. Spirit guys, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Cancer. What was the name?
Lady Trucker.
Lady Trucker. I remember that name before. Spirit guys, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Lady Trucker. Tell me what I need to see. Show me. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Lady Trucker, that's one card. Oh, the card is saying you're trustworthy, Lady Trucker. They're saying that you're trustworthy, a very practical person, huh? Very practical. Very trustworthy. Oh, I have some that flipped over in here, but I can't take them. That's too many cards. You know, We have the Page of Pentacles. Right now, no disrespect, is saying that your money is not where it should be or could be. You're practical, so you're watching your spending. Let me just say this. With that being said, the universe has their hands on you, Lady Trucker. And that's why you have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles, that's a lot. And you are going to know what to do with this money. You're practical. That means don't overspend. The Louis is unnecessary. The Gucci's is unnecessary. You know, I grew up in the days of, I'm old school, right? I'm so old school, let me tell you. But when you grow older and you know what it's like to have and you know what it's like to have not, and then things go up and down for you, you'll realize that labels don't matter. When this money comes in, which is the Ten of Pentacles, you're going to be practical because for you, it's about having a home. You want that home. You want that home ownership. So wealth is coming in. A nice piece of change. You will have success. But I feel like you're going to have a lot of family around you that's going to be asking, can I? And you know what? It's going to be hard to say no. And you have to say no until you get yourself in a good place with this money. The universe, they're saying that you're going to be practical with it. So just plan out everything that you do when it comes in. You got to use it like it's old money. Old money. New money, go buy a bunch of gold chains and stuff like that. But new money, they don't. New money said, I want my nice house. I want a roof over my head. That's what old money do. But new money makes you go do some wild things. But the universe is saying you're very practical. Now, let's get to this Taurus reading. I hope I didn't miss anyone. All right, I have to change the deck. I'm going to use a whole new deck. Last night, we had a Taurus reading. I did not post that reading yet. I wanted to post it tonight back to back with this one. So both readings will be up tonight. You know, last night, Taurus had some snakes in their life. So we just want to get to that first. We had some jealous people and we had a poisonous frog as well, right? We had a poisonous frog. My daughter's, wait a minute real quick. Today I'm driving in the car with my daughter. Mommy. Thank you so much, Shelly. I'm driving in the car with my daughter. I asked her a question. You know, we get to pick our parents. I know some of you are like, why did I pick the person that I did? Because you did. Because you did. We get to pick our parents before we come to this realm. We really do. So I asked my daughter today when she was driving, I'm sitting on the passenger side. I said, aren't you glad you picked me? And she didn't say anything for a while. So I said to her, I said, that silence is deafening. Like, it's really real. Like, I could feel it. And she was like, yeah, mommy. I'm like, ooh, I ain't like the way you stretched those words. And, you know, we had that conversation, right? So I'm thinking, I'm like, shoot, you know how our parents used to say, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. But I'm like, she too big to stuff back in. Like, I said, she too big to stick back in. I said, that's how you really feel? She was like, I love you. I said, man, I'm going to have to love this thing from a distance. I'm joking. I love this one. Well, I love all my kids, but she is my number one. I'm not going to lie. And parents, if y'all say y'all don't have a favorite, y'all are lying. Every person has a favorite. We may not say it out loud, but my kids, they know. So when they're mad at me, they're mad at her too because they think she's on my side, but she's always on the side of right. But I'm always right. So you know, I love all my kids differently. I do not love my children the same, and that's the truth. I don't love them the same. I love them differently because they are all different. And I do have a favorite. I have them in order. I could tell you from number 1, number 2, number 3, and they all stand there and listen. My son, he's 30 plus, right? Know what he says? I'm my mother's favorite son. That's what he says because he knows she's the favorite. I'm my mother's favorite son. I had to crunch him. I said, you're not my favorite son at all. And I was like, the 2 older sons, y'all equal. And he was like, what? And I'm like, yes. I said, my baby boy is the favorite son. And he just looked at me and he had nothing to say. And that's the truth. You know, we don't want people to walk around thinking something that's not true. And that's the truth. And I said, I'm going to have to tell him the truth before he keeps walking around thinking that he's my favorite son. And I had to tell, this was a couple of months ago. I said, you are not my favorite son at all. He was like, well, I got to be number 2. I said, no, you and the oldest are equal. And he was like, what? I said, yes. Yes. Let me tell you, we just make them feel that they are a favorite, which is good still. Not me. Not me. Not me. I tell mine the truth.
I just want to tell my truth really quick.
Oh my God. I'm getting to this reading, but I don't know if y'all can hear my daughter. She sounds like Janet Jackson, but go ahead.
I just want to tell my truth really quick. I don't like to speak on the platform too much, but I do not regret choosing my mom. I do love her. It's just some of the people in my life I could have dealt without. It's not her.
Basically, what she's saying that she would have chosen me, and she did say this in the car. She said she would have chosen me without me having other children.
Not other children. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she wished she was the only child. Basically, like she wished she would have came into my life first to shut the rest of them down. I'm just saying. But let us get to this reading. You know what? Let me clear this energy real quick. Let me clear this energy. But that happened. Listen, if you don't want to know something, don't ask. Don't ask. Yeah. You know how they say, don't ask me no questions. I won't tell you no lies, right? But when they ask the questions, you got to tell the truth. Yes. But let's get to this. We had some snakes last night in the reading, and we had some poisonous frogs around Taurus. So Dawn said she wants to know about them first. Let's find out. Spirit guys, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Taurus. I want to piggyback off of last night's reading. Can you show me what I need to see about these snakes? Tell me what I need to hear about these poisonous frogs. Thank you. You know what? I got to be honest here. I'm hearing that it's family. It's family. And that's what I'm hearing. You know, sometimes a person has to face their inner demons. Not only do they have to face their inner demons, because for some people they are demons, and then for others they are unresolved issues that you wish could have been resolved. So there's a Taurus here that needs to, number 1, make some you time to have fun, to get out, to play. But you need to validate your inner child. What I'm seeing here with you validating your inner child, there's something that you've experienced that you don't like to discuss, don't like to talk about, but I'm hearing that it happened within a family dynamic. You know, whether someone said something about you when you were younger, whether something happened when you were younger, but I'm hearing that it's in the family, that it comes from the family. So Spirit wants you to work on that inner child, because I'm getting yes, again, yes. Yes. There's some hurt that comes from family. So we have family as a poisonous frog. We're still going to find out about the snake, but this is the poisonous frog. This is a family member. Now, the poisonous snake, this is an entangled situation. It's sticky, let me tell you. When it comes to family, things can become very sticky. This is an entangled situation, and there's no easy exit strategy. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. You're damned if you say something to someone about this person. Sometimes family wants people to keep quiet, don't say anything. It didn't happen, or they didn't mean it like that, or that person was drunk, or they were on drugs, or, that person just mean, right? People make excuses within the family because nobody wants to throw dirt on a family dynamic or a situation. But that snake is a complicated situation. Let me just tell you, it's a complicated situation. So that inner child is stuck because it's like, damn, I want to talk. I want to say something, but then never mind. I'm going to let it go. I'm grown. I can keep pushing forward. But then parts of you go back to it. There's something that triggers you, whether it be a word or even if somebody bumps against you, it's like that, and then like, wait a minute. But it's something that always triggers you. So I'm hearing family. I'm hearing family. That snake, that poisonous frog is family. But it's time for you to put an ending to it. Gotta put an ending to it. Plain and simple. The chapter is closed. Now, if you want the chapter to be closed all the way, you don't have to confront it with anyone. You can do it with yourself. You can do it with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. When I was younger, well, I'm 52 now, but in my 40s, I confronted my cousin who sexually touched me, raped me, molested me when I was a kid. From the age of 4 on up. Before I knew what breasts were, before I knew what a privacy was, my father's sister's son, my first cousin, my blood cousin. And in my 40s, I confronted him. Now, in my 40s, I told my mother. And we left it there. Let me just put it like that. And on my father's deathbed, when he was on life support, I knew he could hear me. And I went over to his side and I whispered in his ears. And I said, you remember how you always said, my dad always begged for my love, let me tell you. What can I do? What do you need from me? Come on, anything. And I just would never say anything. I'm like, I'm grown. You missed the important parts. And to me, the important parts were me getting molested. And I didn't even know what was happening. So I whispered in his ear, I promise you, I said, Dad, I said, you remember how you always asked me what did I want? I said, you can't do it now. I said, but your nephew touched me 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. And a few minutes later, my dad died. True story. Blood started coming out his mouth, his nose, everything. And my cousin was actually in the room. And I didn't even confront him then. I waited until after the funeral. After we buried my dad, I confronted him. And you know what he did? He's older than me too. He's like 4 years older than me, 5 years. He called his mama. And my aunt called me and wanted to confront me about the situation. And I'm like, the nerve. Now, at this point, respect is out the window. It was basically like, you know? And so I thought it was over, it was done. And then I went to this seminar in Arizona, and we were going over childhood wounds that this Taurus has. And when we went over the childhood wounds, many of you heard me talk about this a lot. I was taught how to go back into myself and connect as far as I could remember to the child where this happened to. Not only that, to talk to her and remember as many details as I possibly could about what transpired. And I did that. And I went to every age with her, and I brought her with me, and I showed her, bitch, we got to get it together. This is what you're going to look like. You're going to be the shit. I got you. Nobody is going to hurt you. We can do this, right? And I brought her with me back to every age. Oh, no, the trauma don't stop there. Then as a teenager, I get suspended from high school in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade. So you know how old you are in the 8th grade, right? And I got suspended with my sister. My sister had a fight. I was in the 8th grade. She was in the 12th grade. She was a senior. Opposite sides of the building. And somebody told me my sister just had a fight. And you know, my sister's the tough girl in the school. I go to my sister's hallway, and there's like, she's in the guidance office, and that's the girl she fought right there. And I put these paws on her. I did that. And my sister and I, we got suspended together. My mother said no company while we were suspended. We got home suspension. No company. Nobody could come over. That's what she said. She gave us a chore to paint the bathroom. And we painted the bathroom and everything. And after we painted, I took a shower to get the paint off of me. And the doorbell rang. I had on my house coat and everything, and it was 2 boys at the door. I said, Dad, yo, we can't have no company. And she was like, you better not say nothing. You better not say nothing. I went to my room, and my mom, I didn't have a lock on my door. So I couldn't even lock my door. But I went to my room, and one of the guys came upstairs, and they were my sister's age. And my sister was like, you better not say nothing. And she stood right there and let this guy rape me. Fuck grape, okay? I'm a grown woman. I don't know what TikTok's doing, but I was raped. And I ended up getting pregnant. And when I got pregnant, I kept the baby. I kept the baby. That's my oldest. So with that being said, I had to connect back to her. The girl that could never have sex on her own. Me giving myself away to somebody that I wanted to, that I chose. I didn't get that chance. And guess what? I had to heal her too. So now you got my cousin. You might as well say my sister raped me too, because she allowed it. She stood right there. She watched as our eyes were locked on each other while that was happening to me. Our eyes were locked. I looked at her while it was happening to me. And I look at her the same way today. And people tell me, yo, y'all sisters. I'm a big girl now. I'm a big girl now. So Taurus, you got to lock in. You got to heal thyself. You got to relive every experience, every moment, whatever was said, whatever was done. You got to lock in on it. And then you got to carry those children, that child, whenever, whatever was said, whatever was done, you got to carry them to your adult self. And you got to look in that mirror. And I always tell y'all to look in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror and say, yo, we made it. Some people don't make it through trauma. Some people, they unalive themselves. But you're here right now. So this trauma, you got to face it and move forward. You got to face it and move forward. You got to face it and move forward. Do you know, at 14, here I am having a baby. And everybody in my town thought I was fast because I had a baby. Nobody knew what happened to me except for one girl that I was cool with. And I told her, she told her mama, and they were my friends. Some people thought that having a baby at 14 was a disease, that if you be next to their child, it was going to rub off on them. But then, guess what? My mom, my family, they decide we're not going to let her walk around like she was raped. She's going to be friends with the dude that raped her. She's going to raise the kid with him. Not that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, no. We're going to look past it. We can get over this. We can get over this. And I don't want to drop my kid off with him. I don't want him to father my kid. And then guess what happens? He was murked. That's what happened to him. He was murked. Right? And back then, it was by some dude that came, and they, you know how they used to jack you for your car, whatever. So that's what you call karma. What comes around goes around. You don't know when it's going to happen, but it will. And whoever hurt you, I bet you they done paid dearly for their karma. But you don't live through the karma. Invite karma into your life as your friend, because accept no more harm. My husband always asks me, he said, why are you so good to people? Why do you give people passes? And I told him, you don't know what I'm doing. It's not that I'm giving people passes, but my energy will handle everything for me. You can't do anything to me and nothing won't happen to you, because that's the pact that I made. I have this protection over me, and you try to do me wrong if you want, I get to watch every single time. There's not one person in this world who has ever did something to me, and they're either gone, taking a nap, a dirt nap, or they are suffering in some type of way. And I always let it be known that karma is my best friend. So Taurus, make karma a part of your life and allow that bitch to be your best bitch. Allow karma to be your bestie, because she mine. I don't do people wrong. I never do. My hands always clean. But I always tell people, be careful how you handle me, because you don't know what I have around me. You don't know what protects me. You don't. You don't know what protects me. And my sister, I just saw her at my aunt's funeral. And remember when I did the live for you when I was in North Carolina, and she hugged me. She came and hugged me, and I kept my hands to the side. I did not hug her back. I am not fake like that. I am not phony. And everybody is looking at us. And I did not hug her back. She was like, I love you. Bitch, you don't love yourself. How you love me? You don't love me. You don't love me. You'll never love me. You can't love me. Don't throw that word around me. Like, no, you don't love me. You don't even love yourself. And guess what I saw? She was sick. I could see she had heart problems. And that's that. That's that. If I would have said I forgive her, karma is off her back. And Taurus, you don't got to forgive anybody that hurt you, but forgive you for carrying it. Forgive you for carrying it, because with you carrying it, you don't get to free yourself. You don't get to free yourself. Part 2 of what my husband says, why does everybody get a pass and I don't? I told him, you do. I told him, you lucky, you sexy. And that's the truth. He's so lucky. That's why you get a pass. He think he don't get no passes, but he does. Now, if he was ugly, he wouldn't get no passes, right? But he lucky, he handsome. Y'all saw him. Y'all saw him. But let me tell you, you have to end it. You got to break the pain. You got to go deep, and you got to connect back to the hurt. Connect back to the pain. Excuse me. And you got to let it go. You got to put an end to it. You got to put it to bed. So that snake, those poisonous frogs, it's family. I heard yes, it's family. Ain't nobody else, it's family. And do you know, you don't always have to confront the person. Sometimes, that ego makes us want to confront them. You don't have to confront them. You confront you and then let it ride. But if you must confront them, my sons are grown men. And my boys were together one day and they called me on the phone. And they was like, Ma, we see him. They were talking about my cousin. And I said, let him live. They was like, are you sure? I said, let him live. I got it. And I told y'all the story of what I did. Don't forget, I'm a root woman. Know what I did? I meditated from the time I was a child until the time he had children. And I said, I want him to have a daughter. I want her to look like me. I didn't want him to hurt her. I didn't want him to touch her. But I wanted every time that he saw her, that he saw me. And I wanted him to feel it. His first child was a boy. And I said, I knew the universe wasn't going to let me down. Then I got two. I got 2 little cousins, 2 girls. And know what they told me, my family? He won't change their diapers. They older now, but they said he never changed their diapers. He never gave them a bath. I know that's right, because every time he saw them, he saw me. And that's suffering enough for a person, isn't it? And then I got to see the little girls in their face, and I said, ooh, they look like me. And my family said, DNA is strong. Nah, the universe is stronger. I get everything I ask for because I don't hurt anybody. I ask for the right stuff. People ask for frivolous things. I don't ask for anything frivolous. When we get that 444 up here or that number 4, I put my wishes in my pocket. Listen, I got wishes in my pocket that I've been carrying since I was a teenager. I know what to ask for versus what not. They said, waste not, want not. And I never want, because I don't waste my wishes. I know exactly how I want to use them, when I want to use them, and how to exercise them. So Now, let's get to this reading, Taurus. We've been here a long time. I don't even know if I want to use these cards. You're going to make me change the deck. Only because we know it's family. We know it's family. I got to clean the deck now. We know it's family. So family, you got to connect to self. Go back. Go back. I was, one day, you know how you're on TikTok and you're flipping through the lives? Well, on my page, it's lives. And I don't watch any tarot readers. I don't watch any spiritual people or anything like that. I don't. And one came up on my page and I was listening, and this hooker was talking about childhood wounds. And I'm like, this hoe is saying everything on her page that I say on my page, so she followed me. So I just want to let y'all know, once again, like I told you last night, I am your favorite tarot reader. Let me tell you, I'm your favorite. I am your favorite. I am their favorite. Let me tell you, it's crazy. It's wild that you get to see how many people pay attention to you. But I don't mind when people share that kind of information, because if you can help a person go through trauma, to release it, to remove it, that's what we need to do. That's what we're supposed to do. But you should always say where you get your information from. Let me tell you. But let's get to this reading. We're going to move through this as quickly as possible. But that poisonous frog and that snake, that's family. It's a family member. And for someone, it may be more than one family member. You know, it's sad to say. You know what I mean? It's sad to say. But we're going to move forward. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Taurus. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, help me deliver the most accurate message for Taurus. Okay, we're going to take those. And then we're going to clarify this deck. Excuse me, I know we've been here a long time tonight, Taurus. Thank you for hanging in there. And we're going to move faster. But yeah, listen, when I'm done, I'm done. You know how when you cut somebody off, you got to leave them where they at? That's me. I don't care who it is, whether it's family, whether it's an associate, anybody. If my energy don't feel good around you, there's nothing for us to talk about, to discuss. Like, I don't have that kind of energy. Life is short. And I promise you, I've seen things that I wish I hadn't, but I'm glad I did. I've experienced things, and I'm never going to let anybody take me away from where I'm going and what I'm supposed to be doing. You got to hold on to that. And especially like me, I told you guys, I've closed my eyes 3 times. And when I was resuscitated, I was angry. But I am happy to be here. Let me tell you. I am so happy to be here. But the things that I saw, that I experienced, when my eyes were closed, I was able to see myself with them resuscitating me floating on top of my own body. And then I tried my hardest to get back into my body, and I wasn't allowed to. And I kept hearing the doctor say it one more time. However, I kept floating with no control. No control. No matter how hard I wanted to go back down, I just kept going up. And it was the smoothest ride. And then I got to see my sister. And she was like, you got to go back. And I'm like, why can't I be with you? She was like, you got to go. You got to go now. Hurry. There's more to the story, but I seen what I seen and I know what I know. And if I ever want to go back to see her again, I got to live my life accordingly. So I'm never going to do anybody wrong. Not unless you do me wrong. That's a true story. Not unless you hurt my children, my anything, my husband, or anyone I love, then, ooh, karma is the biggest bitch. But I match energy. That's all. I match energy. But you'll never see me going after someone that didn't deserve it. I match energy. I remove negative energy. Now, other people do other things, but that's not for me to discuss because that's on them. Everybody got karma to pay, and I have none. Isn't that a beautiful thing to be able to live that kind of life when you have no karma to pay? Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. We're going to clarify this. We're going to clarify this reading. Four more cards, Spirit guys. Four more cards. Three more cards. Three more cards. Three more cards. These stood up, and I'm taking them because they stood straight up. Y'all saw them. But let us get to this reading. We are starting off with self-sabotage. There's someone here that procrastinates. When you want to do something, you pull back from doing it. There's somebody here, when you self-sabotage, that means that you don't talk to yourself in a kind way. And that's never good. You can hurt yourself by doing that. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You should never criticize or down yourself. And I speak about this on this platform because I want to make this not just about tarot, but a healing platform. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with the lights off and you have to use the bathroom? Who knows your space better than you? But you may accidentally stump your toe and you be like, damn, I'm stupid. I knew that was there. That's negative talk. You should never do that. You should never speak unkindly to you. Even if a person calls you out your name when it's not your name, even if they say anything negative to you, bounce that shit right back to them immediately. Return it back to sender. This is someone, a Taurus, that has been self-sabotaging and you fear failure. But you're failing yourself when you speak negatively about yourself. Procrastination, I'm guilty of it too, but we need to stop. Whatever we plan to do, whatever we say we're going to do, we need to get it done. Then on top of this, there's a Taurus that's actually going to stop speaking negatively to his or herself. And that's a beautiful thing because that's when you're learning how to celebrate yourself. What a person says, what a person thinks, how they feel about you is no concern to you. So you're going to have a happy outcome. You went from self-sabotaging to owning the life that you desire to live for yourself. There's a Taurus that's going to be getting out more, being invited out to social events, group events, but this is you celebrating life more your way. We have Taurus, shame and guilt. When shame and guilt comes in, that's because we hold on to things that we shouldn't, that we need to let go of. You know, when I was a kid, when I told y'all the story, when what happened to me as a teenager, I swore everybody could see it. I thought that when everybody looked at me, that they can see what happened to me. I probably took more showers in my life than the man on the moon. I was always cleaning myself. And then my mother sent me away for the summer that I had my kid. And when I came back new. I stayed with my aunt, who was the root worker that I told you guys about. And she helped me through everything that I had been through, and with the baby, to hold him, to nurture him. I wasn't the kind of mom that had a baby and didn't want to make sure he was okay. I always wanted him to be okay. But my aunt groomed me for me to be okay, to make me stronger. But there's someone here who holds on to shame and guilt. And you remember when I said earlier, sometimes it's not important to confront the person who hurt you, no matter what was said, no matter what was done. You can't carry the guilt. That's why you need to connect to self to heal thyself. You have to define your worth. You can walk around and say how beautiful you are, but if you don't sincerely feel it on the outside, on the inside, people can actually see it on the inside, no matter how handsome or pretty you are. But you have to have compassion for yourself. And when you have compassion, you get to accept yourself. You accept everything about you. The good, the bad, the ugly. You accept everything. The bumps, the bruises, the scars. On top of this, we have man. On top of this, we have man. There's going to be someone that's going to help you through this. And it's going to be a male friend. It's going to be a male friend, but there's a male that's going to play a key role in this whole dynamic. And I'm also getting there's a male that played a key role once upon a time. We have unseen patterns. You know, unseen patterns are your beliefs, reprogramming yourself. And when you go back to your childhood self, confronting those wounds, that's reprogramming yourself to connect back to your strength. On top of that, we have manifesting. We spoke about manifesting last night, but your dreams will manifest into reality. You know, whatever it is that you have desire is close. A lot of times people think that when they manifest things that it's taken too long to come in. But understand that when you're asking for something, you can put a specific time on it. You can say now. You can say right now. But you're going to be getting more of what you want, more of what you desire, because your manifestation powers are going to grow. As I said in your reading last night, that Start off 2 to 3 minutes a day. What is that going to hurt? To give yourself time for you. 2 to 3 minutes a day. Later on, let it grow 5 minutes a day. But meditating to manifest what it is that you desire, that's going to help you to gain the things that you need for yourself, the things that you want for yourself. And it's going to help clear that negative energy that you carry, that you think you've healed from, but you carry it. The wounds are there. We have Inner Cosmos. I love this card. Inner Cosmos. This is trauma. And I know you heard me say, I love this card, trauma. This is seeing the trauma. This is you going deeper into the trauma, letting it know that it can no longer live there, that we need to get it out, push it away. And it's going to take teamwork. This is you and you. The teamwork is you and you. Because, yes, going to counseling for some people, it's a beautiful thing and it works. For some people, it's not a beautiful experience and it doesn't work. However, when you want to work on yourself, you become a team with you and the parts of you that need the healing. So you begin to form a partnership within yourself to complete the goal. And the goal is happiness. The goal is you not procrastinating. The goal is you seeing yourself in a whole different way. We have cleanup. And this is dark reflection. And I changed the whole deck and here we are. But this is dark reflections. This is you seeking the truth. This is you not only seeking the truth, but wanting liberation. And you're cleaning up. You're cleaning yourself up mentally and physically. So you're sweeping away the negative energy. Whatever the situation was, you're sweeping it away. Now we have, here you are, your authentic self. And that's how we like to see you, Taurus. So be yourself. Everyone already is taken. Be yourself. You know, you are unique. We are all unique. We are all individually made, uniquely made. That's why I don't understand why people copy off of people. You can't buy the same outfit as me and think you're going to look just as good at it as I do. Listen, I'm cocky like that, let me tell you. But I'm just saying, I've never wanted to copy anyone. Man, my mother, I think she's the most beautifulest thing in this world, let me tell you. Nor did I ever want to be her. I felt like all my mother's sisters and brothers were beautiful and handsome, nor did I ever want to be like them. My sister, whose name that I wear around my neck, I think she's the best spirited person that I ever encountered in my life. I have the necklace right here. I haven't worn it in about a week or so. And I never wanted to be like her. Well, that's a whole nother story. But we are all uniquely made. Imagine yourself like a snowflake. There's no snowflake that is the same shape as the next. So know that you are a snowflake and there's no one like you. Now, on top of that authentic self, that leads to marriage. Not with another person. That teamwork is you being married to self. Marriage to self is self-love. This is you saying, I do. I do. I accept me and all the parts of me. I do. I accept my healing. I do. I am aware that I am authentic. I do, because I am. If you ever been on my website, you hear me lead with I am. Because to be able to say I am, you have to know that you are. And I know that I am everything that everyone is not, because I know that I am authentically made. A lot of people say I am, and they have no knowledge of self. But I am married to me. I love me. I have a husband, but I am before a husband. I have children. I was and am before I became a mother. I am. I am me authentically and will always be. When I tell people nothing has changed about me but my last name, I mean it in the sincerest way. And now that's up to the person to take it how they want. But I am me authentically. I am me. We have no boundaries. And there's a Taurus that needs to set boundaries. And this is very weird for me to even see this in a Taurus reading, because Taurus are one of the strongest signs compared to a Leo, compared to a Scorpio, compared to an Aries, compared to a Capricorn. Y'all all fall up under that umbrella. But let me just say this. You have to set boundaries with yourself. We set boundaries with people all day, but we don't set boundaries with ourselves. When we start hearing that negative self-talk, you know, when you're sitting idle and damn, I'm not good enough. Am I pretty enough? When you start criticizing yourself for no reason, when a person says you're beautiful, that makes you feel good over you saying it to yourself. My husband tells me I'm beautiful every day. And he's listening. When he says he's beautiful, if I don't tell myself that first, when he says it to me, it doesn't matter, because I have to love me. I don't need anyone to say it to me if I don't believe it for myself. So I set boundaries with myself, never to disrespect myself, never to hurt myself, and to love me unconditionally. Taurus, you like a good challenge. I challenge you to do these things. We have hot mess. Taurus, I don't like this, but I get this in and out feeling of feeling miserable, unhappy, then bouncing back, putting on a fake smile, then bouncing back to feeling misery. Is this the life that I truly desire versus the life that I really want, that I know that I can create? Which you can. The card said so last night. How we have embraced the void. There's a void when you don't get to connect to self. That emptiness, that's a void. That's why it's so important to go back to confront those childhood wounds. That's called creative power. Very creative power. Because when you love thyself, you become the most powerful person ever. Please believe me. Moon. That moon energy is beautiful energy. Some people will tell you that moon energy is darkness, but I embrace darkness. And do you realize that people always say when something is dark is evil? When they say, oh, black magic, anything black gotta be so damn evil. And then they may say, white magic is beautiful. How about the sun and the moon are equal? The sun brings light. It helps to brighten the world, right? The grass, the leaves on the trees, right? It's supposed to beautify things. But see the beauty in the darkness. See the beauty within the emptiness that you can grab a hold to. Because as I said, we were all once upon a time created in the womb. There was no light in that womb. Contrary to what people think that, oh my goodness, when You know, there are some ignorant people that think that when a person is having intercourse with someone, that the child could see the light through the mother's da-da-da-da-da-da. Ignorance. You are being cooked, baked, right? I'm trying to say it in the simplest words. In the womb, you're growing. Flowers grow in the dark. The grass grows in the dark. So understand that the sun and the moon are one of the same. I love to say that the moon is the sun's kiss. But listen to your intuition. Tap into your intuition. People can give you advice, not a problem. But it's up to you to focus on your own intuition. You know, you have very intense emotions, the bull, right? Very intense emotions. But you deceive yourself with the hidden truths. The hidden truth is that you have to set boundaries with yourself. Now, here is at the bottom of the deck, relocation. There's someone who's thinking about moving, and that money that's coming in that we saw all over that board last night, that's a beautiful thing. But there also may be a change within the home environment. You could be moving to that new location, and you may be planning to relocate, looking at houses right now or places to live, looking at if it's a safe area or whatever the case may be. But there's someone here that's relocating, and for someone here, you may be relocating for work. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have escapism, same thing. Escapism. So if you're escaping, you're moving. Right here, different deck, you're moving. But you may need to take a trip to relax. But you're facing reality. So for someone here, yes, you're thinking about moving. You're planning on moving, putting it to action. But let's get to the money. Let's get to the money. But let me tell you something. I love my sister. I do. I love my sister. But I'm nobody's fool. I love her from a distance. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear this. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. We just don't love the same. And for those reasons, I just can't deal. I have to stay far away from people or person that have hurt me. If you stab me in my back, I'm not supposed to sit at the table with you and eat. We have crown, Taurus, crown. It's beautiful to have this card to be your first card. After all that we just seen, that's overcoming obstacles, this crown. This is power. Anytime that you're able to put your crown on top of your head, that's power. But a crown is also a symbol of wealth. So when it comes to career, as I stated to you last night, Taurus, you're a boss. You are supposed to be a boss. You would be great as a owner of your own business or a manager of a team, because you are a take charge type of person, but you're making progress. We have candle, candle, candle. You know, when a candle burns, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with candle magic or using the energy of your candles. Some people think that when you have a candle, you just simply light it and never use it in any type of way. You may use a candle because you want prosperity, you want financial prosperity. So some people buy candles for that, for love, for romance, right? For some to relocate, whatever the need is, for good health. Whatever you're lighting the candle for, people think you're supposed to light the candle and walk away, but you're supposed to speak to it. Speak to the flame, speak to the fire, and I promise you it will speak back. And the more that you do it, you will understand the moves of the candle, of how the fire dances. Let me tell you, this is you, Taurus, that's taking action. Once again, that candle, when it comes to a career, you'll be great in a career of management, a high-ranking position, because that's who you are. You are very visible to people. Visible because people see that you have that go-getter attitude, that win attitude. They want you on their team. So we have a ward. We have a ward. Now, this is someone that could be winning some money. But anytime that an award comes into play and your efforts are going to be paying off, you're going to be receiving some type of recognition. And if this is about your job, you're going to receive that advancement within your job, a higher position when it comes to work. But also there's a Taurus here. I see fame around you. There's some fame that's happening. Maybe it's someone that I spoke to before that was supposed to start their own channel, diving into speaking about, spirituality, their religious views and things of that nature, but I still see fame. We have a mask. We have a mask. Listen, masks should always come off. Nobody should ever be hidden. You should never hide yourself. But when this money comes in, let me tell you, Taurus, secret stash, keep some to the side, put it away, hide it. You are a thrifty person. You like saving those pennies. But there's a Taurus here that you're going to be finding some money. Finding some money. Be careful who you let into your home as well, because I see theft here when this money comes in. I see theft too. So just be careful who you allow in and out of your home, because I see something being missing. And then there's a Taurus here. I see a Taurus here that has a lot of hidden potentials. You may want to jump into the acting field, and there's nothing wrong with that. See you on TV, but there's a Taurus who wants to take a deep plunge into acting as well. We have book. Knowledge is power. Let me tell you that. Very powerful. But you're going to be signing some paperwork, some sort of contract. But you're going to be learning as you go. Whenever this paperwork comes to you, read through it thoroughly. Sometimes people get paperwork and they never read it. They just go ahead and sign it. And then all of a sudden, they'll be like, well, you agreed to this, you agreed to that. And you be like, no, I didn't. But then they'll put it in your face that you signed this. And there's nothing you could do because you didn't read the paperwork. But so you don't have to learn as you go, I'm letting you know in advance that you need to read the paperwork. There's some paperwork that's coming in, or some contract. It could be about this house or this new living environment that you're going to. However, there's also a Taurus here that's a good writer. You're a good writer. So maybe you're writing a book of some sort, or when it comes to this acting, maybe you're writing a movie, a script of some type. But You may be taking an acting class or some type of class, whether furthering your education or diving into law. And that's what I have for you, Taurus. That's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. This is probably one of the longest readings that I ever did. And I thank you. You guys know I really thank you. I wholeheartedly do, because my readings are long. And I promise you, I don't mean for them to be this long. But every once in a while, they are. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Taurus to close out this reading. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Taurus? Thank you so much. Taurus, what if it was easy? What if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Look at me faking like I don't need my glasses. It doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease. Call in grace and receive guidance. You are supported. Today's soul action, Taurus. List 10 possible ideas for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease is here. You just have to say yes to it. This goes hand in hand with the reading from last night. 2025, you're ending it with a bang. 2026 is going to be very lucrative. Yes, we had the poisonous frog. Yes, we had the snake. But now we know in advance that it's family. What do you do with family? For me, it's the worst feeling when I have to cut somebody off, but it's the best feeling because I can't be miserable for another person. In my family, we take the head off the snake. Same thing I told you last night, and it's true today, and it's going to be true 100 years from now. I've taught my children the same thing. You take the head off the snake. Sometimes you have to distance yourself from people that no longer serves your energy, your highest good. On whom am I placing blame right now? Who are you placing blame on right now, Taurus? A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. We discussed that when you take that deep dive into self. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. That means sometimes it may be better for some not to confront the person outside of yourself who hurt you. It's between you and you. Today's soul action. Take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame right now? You ready for this? Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your soul and you will be led, Taurus. Listen to your soul and you will be led. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. Thank you so much. I see the few of you who held on and stuck with me with this reading. I know it was long, but I tried to dive in and dive deep. And I tried to pull a card for you guys. But I thank you so much for your time. I promise you, that's the most important thing, is your time. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the new followers. I'm truly grateful. But guess what? Can y'all do me a favor? If you follow me over here, follow me on my YouTube platform as well. My YouTube platform is growing. But I haven't spent as much time over there as I should. But tomorrow night, I will be doing a live over there. And I can see a lot better because the setup is differently. You were on point. This was a wonderful reading. Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you. Listen, I hate to do any readings that hurt anybody or make anybody feel uncomfortable. My husband says that I'm always connecting myself with people. I think that's just who I am. I just care about people, period. You know what I mean? Probably more than people care about me. Let me tell you. I don't know if it's older age that I've gotten a little softer. But not really. I'm not soft. Listen, I sat up here and told you a whole story. I am not soft at all, but I do have feelings. You understand what I'm saying? I do have feelings. Like when I was in the car with my daughter today and she took a long time to answer the question if she was, I asked her, was she happy that I was her mom, that she picked me? And she took a long pause. And that really concerned me, you know? I'm joking. But I'm not. It's some truth to it. It's some truth to it. She hurt my feelings. I'm just saying, maybe she'll get up early in the morning, make me some coffee to redeem herself. I don't know. Maybe about 7 a.m. I'm not sure. I'm just saying because I know she's still listening. But you know what? Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you. I thank each and every one of you that sent the gift. I truly do. I saw them. I just couldn't respond to all because y'all know once I'm in the reading, I'm nosy as heck. I try to see everything that I'm going to see, feel everything that I'm going to feel. And then when I was doing the puller cards, I had to pull myself back because I was ready to get in there like I was doing the personal reading. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I got to pull back. I would have been exhausted by the time I got off this platform. But I'm glad that it resonated with you. I'm going to post both readings tonight on my YouTube platform. I'm going to get them both up tonight. And if you want to go back, you can. But once again, I thank you all for your time. I sincerely do. And tomorrow, I'll be back on YouTube at 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. I'll be back on YouTube at 8:30. And I'm going to do a live over there. I'm not even sure what sign yet because now I have completed the water signs. I've completed the earth signs. And you know what? It may just be Aquarius. It may be Aquarius tomorrow. But I thank you all so much. Thank you. And I will be back tomorrow, but on YouTube at 8:30. Thank each and every one of you for your time. Thank you so much. And good night. Good night. Thank you. Thank you.